My name is William Floyd. I'm the Executive Director of the Department of Employment and Workforce, and also it's my privilege to chair the Coordinating Council for Workforce Development, where we look at the workforce issue every day, both from a tactical perspective as well as a strategic perspective. We learn about the opportunities in South Carolina and how to connect tomorrow's workforce with those opportunities. During today's podcast, we're going to hear directly from the Lieutenant Governor about the things she has learned firsthand, both as a business person as well as being a Lieutenant Governor who's going out to various employers, big and small, and talking about the importance of workforce development. It's such an honor to have our Lieutenant Governor here with us today, Pamela Evette. And the Lieutenant Governor is no stranger to the Department of Employment and Workforce or the Coordinating Council for Workforce Development, because just a few months ago, she came and presented to the Coordinating Council for Workforce Development about youth employment and the importance of that, as well as soft skills. So, Lieutenant Governor, I want to continue that conversation and talk about how or why youth employment is so important for our state. And under your leadership, you are the ones who directed about the YES employment side. And it's something that we did in collaboration with you, and it's really helped connect young people with youth employment in various large businesses and small businesses throughout the state, in particular during seasonal jobs. So thank you for your leadership there. Tell me what prompted you to go in that direction and focus on this area.
I have the privilege of being able to travel around the state and talk to businesses of all sizes. And it's kind of the mom and pop businesses I kept hearing, like, how do we get to these kids? If how do we pull them in? We really need them. And that's when, sitting down with it's like, how do we make this happen? There's all kinds of great resources out there to post jobs, but a lot of those require a lot of time. You have to go through and clear through applications. Nothing was really easy. And when you're a mom and pop business, you're kind of the chief cook, the bottle washer, the one that opens the door and closes the door at night. It's hard to manage all those tools that are out there. And sometimes they cost a lot. And when you're a mom and pop business, you just don't have those extra funds. So this has created, I think, is filled a gap. It's creating this website. We've been driving kids to look at it. And I want to sing your praises. Just the fact that you actually put those resources and wrap them around this YES website is invaluable, giving them the tools they need to be successful when they go out to look for a job. We want to keep building on this. We want to keep getting the word out. If you're a small business, we have a resource for you to list a job for the summer. And, we're going to work with Ellen Weaver again this year, work with all of our school districts to push out the information to their students and really their students' parents of just how easy this is to get your child involved in the workforce, get them the skills they need, and help all these great businesses. Because we've all been there, right? Go to church on Sunday and can't go to your coffee shop because they have to close down on Sunday because they don't have enough workers. Go to get ice cream on a Saturday night, and our favorite ice cream shop might be closing early because they don't have enough workers to keep it open. So we're solving a lot of problems.
Great leadership by the Lieutenant Governor in this field in so many ways. And we're talking about youth employment, and I just want to applaud you for being out there in effect, the trenches, the small businesses, the large businesses, to emphasize the importance of getting engaged. Take that first step to that first job, and then it's a journey to all kinds of incredible careers. One event that the Lieutenant Governor and I attended was at ZF Industries, and can you share that interaction we had with that young man who was an apprentice there and then an employee?
Yes, like I talk about him and just like those kind of things make me feel, Director, like we were on the right path. So we were at ZF Transmission. We met this young high school student who had told us, he shared that his whole life he knew he wanted to be an engineer and was determined to go to Clemson for engineering, and then a guidance counselor. The guidance counselor said, hey, there is this great mechatronics program through our technical college system. You should like enroll in that and see how you like the engineering side of it, the more practical hands-on side. And so, just by sheer grace, he decided to take them up on that offer. He went to ZF Transmission, and when he came up to us, he loved what he was doing, but realized he loved the hands-on side of engineering, which he didn't know if he would like the more design and conceptual part of engineering that he thought he was going to go into. And so he was going to complete his mechatronics degree, continue to work at ZF Transmission. So when he was ready to go to Clemson, ZF Transmission was going to pay for him to get his engineering degree. And you're thinking, what a wonderful story. And he, it kind of clicked for me, like how important, we want him to get soft skills, but what about making career choices? How many times do you talk to parents who say, yeah, my son or daughter always wanted to be this, made this investment in college, went through the program, got a job, and now they don't like it. It wasn't for them. Well, that's the beauty of internships. That's the beauty of getting out there and working at a young age. It's a try before you buy. You get to test out where you think you'll fit in. If you think you're a people person, but you go in and work in a restaurant or you're serving coffee and ice cream and you realize that, I don't know that I like to work with people, then you probably don't. You probably want to look at something else. It's those things that make this so important. And for our young people who don't want to come out of college with college debt, just reinforcing the fact that here in South Carolina, you have so many opportunities to get to a career, whether it be through our technical colleges and then onto a university, whether it's through an apprentice program where an employer would be happy to move you through your career for the opportunity to keep you working for them.
Well, the Lieutenant Governor has been such a leader when it comes to workforce, be it at the Coordinating Council for Workforce Development, where she talked about the importance of soft skills and youth employment. We just need to increase awareness, and I appreciate you being here as part of this podcast as we share the good news of what's going on in South Carolina.
Well, thank you for having me. And, I couldn't be more proud of what you are doing here at DO and helping our businesses, helping, young people find the career that they think it's going to best suit them, because South Carolina is not going to slow down.
Thank you again for being here. Tune in next time for our next podcast episode.
To leave you with some helpful labor market information, here's your LMI Minute.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Grady, Assistant Executive Director for Labor Market Information at DO. Welcome to LMI Minute, where I share some parting data from today's discussion to help you better understand our workforce. Today, you heard from Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette, who worked with DO to create the Youth Employment Site, or YES. Gaining work experience while in school can be a great way for students to learn about careers and acquire durable skills that will help them no matter what jobs they have throughout their lives. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports state-level data for demographic groups annually. In 2025, about 115,000 teenagers in South Carolina were in the labor force, which is above the national average on a per capita basis. This is the number of people working, plus those who are unemployed but looking for work. That's where YES comes in. You can find thousands of job openings across the entire state to get your foot in the workforce as a teenager. There are also resources for students and parents to help teens find jobs in their area, build a resume, and learn more about essential skills. And if you're a business owner looking to hire a younger workforce, we'll get you listed and connected if you visit do.sc.gov/yesemployer. That's all for now. Until next time, thanks for joining us.